Today, we're going to one of the most remote hotels in Thailand. We're going to spend 3 days there right in the middle of tropical nowhere, doing everything on a floating surface where one night costs around $700. And if we're lucky enough, we might be able to see wild elephants, gibbons, and even a jaguar. The hotel is located on Cheow Lan Lake inside Khao Sok National Park. It's around 3 hours from Phuket by car. First of all, the hotel is floating, right in the middle of a huge lake, so you can't just drive there, the only way to reach it is by boat. There are plenty of boats at the pier, but the lake is so large that you can just grab one and head to the hotel whenever you want. You need to catch a specific one. And what makes this boat so special is that if you miss your boarding time, you won't be able to get the hotel that day, and you won't be able to check in. We don't want that. It took us about an hour by boat to reach our hotel, and by the time we arrived, it already felt like we had stepped into a completely different world. And finally, we got to our room, and just look at it. We will get back to this a bit later. Now let's check what they have for lunch for $700. We got veggie spring rolls as a snack, a Thai lunch set, and for dessert we got fried bananas in coconut milk. Overall, the food was actually a really nice part of the whole experience. Since full board was included, every meal felt easy and enjoyable. We could just pick from a few main dishes with drinks and desserts and not think about anything else. But we didn't come here for the food, right? But this $700 stay included much more than just great food, a beautiful floating bungalow and kayaking. It also came with daily activities and excursions. And the first one is floating safari. In this national park you can actually find elephants, gibbons, bears, deer, leopards, snakes, and more than 300 types of birds. Most visitors come here hoping to see elephants, and the hotel staff told us that it's actually quite common to spot them here. Sometimes even a whole family with a large adult and a baby elephant, so the whole time we were trying to catch a glimpse of them. But this safari trip was unsuccessful. Let's hope we have better luck on the next one. The next morning we woke up to this quirky sound. It felt like there were witches doing something. We had a few hours of free time before our next activity, and we wanted to discover who was making this funny sound. Luckily, we had our own personal kayaks, so we paddled out. Soon we came across a few macaques. These monkeys are quite common here. But that morning sound we heard definitely wasn't coming from them. It was coming from gibbons. They look like this, and because they usually stay high up in the trees, you hear them much more often than you actually see them. And it was time for our next activity, and it's going to be fun. Well, that was the only time we felt stable ground under our feet. We were on our way to the cave. And honestly, walking there felt a little unsettling because our guide told us that after midday, elephants sometimes wander along this exact trail. But since we were there in the morning, she said we were safe. Along the way, we even saw massive footprints and broken bamboo trees. Apparently, elephants come here to drink water. Looking at these scenic views on the way, you kinda realize that you're literally in the middle of nowhere. No internet, no cell service, just you, water and the forest, which is home to many animals. At this point, you feel 100% present, and all the problems you have in your life from here seem just pointless. On the way back, we got caught in heavy rain. We didn't have any raincoats, so we were about to get absolutely soaked. And to be honest, the rainy weather changed the whole vibe of this place. It became more mysterious, and it felt like we were on a completely different planet. What we didn't expect to see upon arrival was that this day is special in Thai culture. That day was the Loi Kratan celebration. And we had some extra activities to do. But first, the snacks. They brought lotus flowers, but not for decoration. We basically used them as tortilla wraps to make Thai tacos with authentic filling called miang ham. And the moment I tried it, it felt like fireworks in my mouth. Sweet, sour, salty, spicy, all at the same time. The second part of the show happened in the evening. We got banana leaf boats that we were filled with flowers, candles and rice, which symbolize all the heart in your soul, and then you just let it go. So beautiful. The next morning started with a safari trip. It was our last day in our last activity here, so we were hoping to finally see wild elephants. And yes, we saw them. It was a mama elephant and a baby elephant. They came in the morning to drink some water before hiding away in the forest to mind their own business. We were absolutely thrilled. Seeing elephants like that, wild, free and quietly going about their day, that's how it should be. Then we padded back to the hotel, packed our things and got ready to leave because sadly it was time to check out. These 3 days were incredible. We lived right on the lake, traveled by boat, kayaked whenever we wanted, looked out at the jungle all around us, ate good food, rested and didn't rush anywhere. For a little while it felt like we had stepped out of normal life into a completely different rhythm, quieter, slower and much closer to nature. And that is probably why this trip stayed with us so much. It was not just one moment or one activity, but the whole experience of living in such a beautiful and unusual place. And after that trip, we felt like we needed to find more experiences like this. It doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes spending 1-2 nights far away from civilization feels more recharging than 2 weeks in resort. Thank you for watching this video, we hope you enjoyed it, and we would love to hear your feedback in the comments. We're going to make more videos like this one, and if you liked it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the new ones. And we'll see you in the next episodes. Bye bye!